Hi guys, today it is time for another Top 5 Wednesday. This week's topic are your top 5 LGBTQ plus reads, and I'm just very excited to talk about some of my favorite books. And I do have to say, while going through my list of books, I just don't have nearly enough books read with especially queer main characters, and I'm sad. Like, I want to read more books with queer main characters, especially bisexual female main characters with a female-female relationship. So if you have any recommendations, I mean just in general, I don't really care how the main character identifies, but any sort of female-female romance relationship, whatever, in any book and is a big part of a storyline. I don't really care about the genre. Can be fantasy, can be contemporary. Fantasy would be even better, but whatever genre, as long as the relationship is kind of important in the book. Please recommend them to me because I need to read more, and yes. Okay, so I do want to kind of shout out 2 more books that didn't make it onto my list. The first one is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli, simply because while I absolutely love this book, it's not really an LGBTQ plus book because it doesn't have a queer main character, but there are several queer side characters. Like Molly's twin sister, which has a really important role in this book, is a lesbian, and then her love interest is pansexual, and there's like several other like minor characters that are gay. So I wouldn't really count it into this category, but I feel like if you just want to read a book with like lots of different representations, it also has so many other like representations of marginalized groups. It's amazing. I would highly recommend that book, but I didn't really want to include it in the list. And the other one is actually Peter Darling by Austin Shand, I think. While I didn't really enjoy that book all that much, I want to recommend it because I feel like it has just really great representation. It is a Peter Pan retelling in which Peter is actually transgender, and it includes a male-male relationship between Hook and Peter Pan. Personal enjoyment aside, it's really good representation, and I would still really recommend it. I feel like just a few things fell a little flat because the book is really short, but the idea and the concept and the basic things were really good, and I would still really recommend it. Now let's get into my actual top 5. My number 5 is Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Coulthurst. I have to say this kind of falls into a similar category as Peter Darling. I really enjoyed the romance in this. This is about a girl that is supposed to marry the prince of this kingdom, but she actually falls in love with his sister. The romance in this one was really great, and the representation in this one was really great, and just like the world was not like heteronormative at all, and that was already amazing. I just felt like the fantasy elements in this one fell a little flat, and that's why it's not like one of my all-time favorite books. But when it comes to the romance, it is a really good, great book, and it's just really good representation. Like, give me fantasy with female-female romance in it. Like, is it so fucking hot? No, it's not. This book showed it. It felt like the first book in a series, but it's a standalone, and that's kind of sad. But still, I would really recommend it. We need more of this, so like go out there and buy it and show publishers that we want more of this. My number 4 is More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. This has a gay main character and it is Own Voices. I really enjoyed that book, but I do have to say that it is also a really tough book and has lots of triggers. Be careful going into this book because it deals with really heavy topics, and it's definitely not an easy and comfortable read, but it is a really good book, and I really like it. On number 3, we have First Position by Melissa Braden. This is a contemporary romance between 2 females, and what was really like another selling point for me was that this is a story that takes place in a kind of ballet dancing setting. So both of these are kind of main dancers in a ballet company, and that is just really interesting to me. And yeah, I was just really happy with all of this book. Like, there was a little thing at the end that I didn't like as much because it was like very dramatic and a bit over the top, but the romance was great, the setting was great, the characters were really great, and like also the friendships in this one. Melissa Braden is actually like a really kind of popular lesbian fiction author, but as far as BookTube, I don't think anybody ever talked about any of her books, and First Position was a great one that I would highly recommend. It's adult fiction, by the way, just putting that out there. It is like a little bit explicit. Then we have Timekeeper by Tara Sim. This was one of my favorite books of last year. It has a gay main character, and another, I think, pansexual side character, and has a male-male relationship. And this is actually a kind of fantasy, science fiction, steampunk novel, I would say. It is the first book in a trilogy, so there's gonna be more books. The second book, Chainbreaker, I could totally make that up, comes out this year. But this first book was really, really great. I absolutely love the romance. The romance is so cute and great and like passionate, but fluffy, but also a little bit sad. It's a good one. It is a good one. But also the just setting, the plot, everything about it was really great. I just absolutely love that book, and just go out there and read it. Once again, like, I can only highly recommend it because it's amazing. And my number one would have to be Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. It's actually been a while since I've read this book, and it still stays in my mind as one of my favorite books of all time. It's just really good. It's a YA contemporary, and it has a, I don't know if she's bi, or it has a queer main character, and it has a female-female romance. It also has a really great setting. It takes place in LA, and it's kind of about like set design and stuff like that in movies, and it's a lot just about like the LA life, and I just really, really liked it. If you have recommendations that are similar to this one, that are mostly cute and fluffy, like, just, I don't want sad female-female romances. Give me happy, cute, fluffy female-female romances, okay? So if you have any recommendations that are particular similar to this one, please give them to me, because I'm still trying to find something that kind of lives up to this one. And these were my top 5 LGBTQ plus reads. Please, as I said, let me know any kind of recommendations in the comments down below. I need to read more books. I think I have like plenty of books on my wish list. I just need to get to them. So yeah. Anyway, still recommend me if you know of any. And thank you so much for watching. I'll guess I'll see you soon. Bye!